Hey again, a busy day. So what I've just been posting about the investigative journalists about the Catholic Church. These are only examples I'm giving to you to show you that the implosion is well underway. So these are confirmations. It's your choice if you wish to look at it more in detail. Uh, but I suggest, just to, if you don't feel like it, don't waste your time going too much in it. Really, again, it's just put there as confirmation purposes for you that we are well amidst of the government implosions, the church, all of this, all of the fake news stuff is real. So there you go. Uh, so, I hope it gives you a little bit more of assurance, any of you that, might have needed it and, had doubts that this really happening. Um, but as you can see, it's in the public domain. It's on the internet. This stuff has been carried by media. Perhaps for some reason you weren't not supposed to see it until now, but it's been there for several years, some of it, and constantly worked upon. Um, so, more or less, it is important, but it's important just to the extent that you can just merely look at it and know it as a confirmation. Uh, to dig into that and be very particular and specific about it, you'd just be weeks, weeks, and even years, perhaps, going right into depth. So, no, you don't need to do that. So you can just glance at it, whatever you wish to do, whatever resonates with you. But I did put it up because a couple of you have been bringing up, important points. You need to see the confirmation. So I just offered a couple confirmations for you very quickly so you don't become stuck doubting what I say, and so that you get your own confirmations as well so that you can just keep moving forward. We don't wish to be distracted by these things is also what I'm trying to say. We know that they are real, that we are amidst of them, that they happened. A lot of them are happening, and it is inevitable. And this is where we're going. In the Paradise Papers, what I just posted, and I posted another link to another very, very good read on a comment, I believe, on one of these posts. Uh, when you don't even really need to read between the lines, you can just take it as face value and just think about it for a second, how it truly implicates all of the elite and how it connects what was going on with the money and the wealth and all of this. So when you have that in the public domain, no, it's got to change, and it is. So we're doing that. So I just wanted to share that quickly with you as well. So you don't need to be inundated with wondering what it's about. It can just keep it simple. So we have the other group set up. That's a public group. I just informed you of through posts this morning. Busy, as you know, and I must abide by some of these timelines. That time does exist for the most part of me, and I cannot, not allowed to manipulate it. That, for instance, I could, well, you know what I mean. Just we got to secure these things, and there is a certain discipline with being here, but you're not restricted to that either. And I'll speak about more of what I just alluded to um, at a time in the future. But I know that some of I'm just so impressed with some of the feedback, and through your comments and through the ones that I've spoken with. You angels are right up to date and on par. You know what's going, and that we're just there waiting for it to unfold. And like like when Father told me I wanted to leave a couple years ago. He said, I insist you stay and watch the show. And well, I can see why. It's getting pretty exciting, pretty fun, but yeah, we'll see what takes place with it. So I love you guys. Later, have a great day. Might be a week or so before we talk, but I consciously don't know that with so much happening so quickly. Could be on at any time. So love you. Oh, yeah, and just before I sign off, it was so comical. The last video I just did a little bit ago, I was unable to sign off, and so I'm looking, okay, what's going on, and all of a sudden I received the message. It's because a few of you wanted me to keep speaking, but that was overpowered after a little bit, and I was able to shut off. But just what had happened there was so impressive and indicative of your prowess. And what I had received, there was at least 3 powerful ones of you that were watching at that time that, perhaps wanted me to continue with some more information, that your intent from your heart and your manifestation ability was that powerful that it prevented me from just ending the video. I had to muster some more of my power, if you will, to break the link, because you kept it there. Now that is just so impressive, and realize, that there were many watching the video at that time. But what I'm given is that there was just 3 strong ones that their intent was for me to keep speaking. The other ones that were watching, they were just watching, and they were good with whenever I finished. So their manifestation intent was not there to keep my live feed running. So it was only 3 of you, 3 powerful ones that at that time in unity had that intent. It affected the electronics, but we know this, the same as when we did our exercises, how strong, 70, 80, couple hundred of us was together. You stopped the hurricane, shut down army bases. My friend, her alone, a remote viewer, and she's my divine comrade, and she's so beautiful as well. A divine comrade, and she shut down CERN, an experiment that was going to begin with CERN several years ago. Her and I were just talking about divine things. She's very high in divine order, and we got the message to shut down CERN. So I get the message to tell her to do it, to use her remote viewing abilities, And so what she quickly does it. She left from one country right to CERN, and if I remember correctly, she said, "What do I do?" And I just said, "I don't know, whatever comes to you." Well, she said, "I'm just hauling wires out. It's already done." I said, "Great, I just got the message from Father to shut down CERN so they do not perform whatever experiment they were going to do." And CERN is the acronym is capital CERN, and it's a particle accelerator. I don't want to get too much in depth with that, but the importance of what it was doing was causing distortions in space and time, rifts that were not supposed to be there. And I also was going around the planet physically, and parts of Canada where I'm at, repairing some of these rifts, because they are doorways to other dimensions, and they were occurring mostly in the wilderness areas where an avid outdoorsman could walk just in the woods and all of a sudden become totally disoriented, because they were actually placed anywhere between 1/4 of a mile and a mile away from where they should have been. So none of their devices would work, and some can become lost with that. But nevertheless, Oh, so getting back, so she was instructed, yeah, to shut it down, shut down the CERN, and she did that. And we never question our abilities, and especially her and I, and more of you, you know what you're capable of. So we just take it as a given. Okay, she went in, she dismantled CERN so that whatever experiment they were about to do did not go ahead. So give it no more thought. That happened in June one year, I think. And funny enough, about it was a month or 6 weeks later, maybe sometime in July, I just meet this guy for the first time, and for some reason we get on talking about let's say some fake news stuff or whatever, and he brings up, he said, "Did you hear about CERN? About a weasel chewing the wires off before they were to do an experiment." And I perked right up. I said, "Yeah, no." I said, What is it?" Well, he said apparently a weasel had chewed some wires off, and they couldn't perform an experiment. I said, "Roughly when was that?" And I believe he said that was roughly around 6 weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was. But didn't take long to know that that was when one of our divine comrades had did that, when we did that, and it was comical. So I shared that with her later. Giving her the proof. We don't need the confirmations, but what had happened, CERN had put out a news release, so you just go onto CERN's website, and there it was that they said a weasel had had chewed off wires, but that's not what happened, and it was so comical, and we had a good laugh off of that, uh, how CERN, you know. What they said had happened, how they give it to the public, right? So, and don't question your gifts at all. They are so powerful. I got to go. Wow. Okay, let me go this time, please. You guys are so powerful. Catch you later. I love you all so much. And we are in store for some